Some old dead white guy once said, the land turns to gold in the hand of the wise. Let's be the wise. I'm here to tell you guys that everything can be beautiful. Everything is beautiful, and everything is art, depending on how you look at it. I like to look at things from an artist's point of view, because my belief is that we're all artists. This is a mural that these guys. This is the McLean crew. They're from Germany, and they came and painted. They paint all over the world, and they came and they put this mural in the heart of South Central, right across the street from a school. One of the reasons I started this, and I get into this fast, I usually don't tell people. I mean, I did this to keep kids basically out of prison without telling people that's what I was doing. It's sad because the way we have the situation now with these schools, to me, they're nothing but incubators for the prison system. And nobody's addressing that. Nobody's addressing that we have grade school kids that are having heart attacks. Mm-hmm. So, read a little something. I tell people, so you want to grow food. Why? Why would anybody grow food? It's a lot of damn work. I mean, you have any idea how much work and how much time it takes to grow food? I mean, after a long day of sitting on your ass in front of a computer, who wants to lift a package of seeds, in a water can and a bag of soil? Why would you want to be outside in the fresh air and the sunshine when you could be cooped up in a room with artificial light and recycled air? I mean, shit, it don't make sense. I'll tell you why. Because gardening is a gateway to a better today and a better tomorrow. We're all gardeners, don't you guys? I mean, you guys, if anybody, should know. The first position on the planet, the guy was a gardener. You remember that? The guy said, hey, dude, take care of my garden. And he said, okay. But that, don't mess with that yet. The little odd fig leaf, and he's like, I'll tell you what, but he didn't listen. Now we got plastic, So I mean, it's in us. We're gardeners. Aren't we? Or don't we live on a garden? Isn't this whole thing supposed to be a garden? So let's treat it like one. This is my son's a graffiti artist. Well, he's an artist, but he used to do graffiti. And they're in a crew called the Love Crew. And they painted this in my swimming pool. So when I open my door every day, I get to see the word love. And that's what I want. I want art, beauty, inspiration all around me. The reason we have to garden, because we got to take back our food system. Our food system has been hijacked from us, and we let it happen. From under our noses and our mouths. It's been hijacked by corporations that care nothing about us. Absolutely nothing. Nothing about our children. Nothing. They only care about profits, and they care about profits at any cost. Big ag machine is out of control. They're exploiting nature. Nature supports us. This thing went too fast. This was my parkway. And there wasn't a problem, with the condoms and couches and trash and mattresses, toilets. Nobody complained. But you plant a damn carrot and all hell breaks loose. And it's like, SWAT, or we're gonna need backup. You know, some random black guy planted a carrot. You know, and it's like, hey, well, oh, dude, it's a carrot, dude. You know, he's being agitative. You know, it's ridiculous. I mean, I'm exaggerating that much, but that's, you know, this is how it looked, and you know, later on we'll get into some pictures of how it looks now. You know, it was just dead, well, not dead, but brown grass. And I didn't really prepare nothing for this, like I said, because I thought I was coming to a epi spa. We must learn the language of the garden, because everywhere modern processed food goes, chronic disease follows. People are like, well, what inspired you? It kills me that people act like this is amazing. Shit ain't amazing. You know, it's like, oh, I mean, I had kids from Harvard and get on a plane, get on a bus, and come, and they're marveling in my God. I'm like, I said, you white folks must really be bored, huh? Really? Y'all that bored that you come to some random black guy's house in the hood from Harvard? You know, and like, oh my God, he plants food. You know, I don't get it. You know, I mean, we got to eat too. You know, I'm telling you. You know, but I'm honored to be in the space. I mean, I'm honored, and truly, if people knew that I was talking to you guys right now, I mean, most people would think I would like burn up right now. You know, I'm serious. You know, but I mean, I'm honored, man, to be here, and that you guys, and thank you so much, was receptive, and that you guys are gangsters. You know, I mean, you know, that you see this, that you want this, and let's be real. You guys are in deep shit with your churches. I mean, really. I mean, with, you know, your attendance is down. You got all these vacant churches. We got to do something about that. So we'll get into that later. But, you know, people ask me what inspired me to put a garden on the street in what they call the hood. Well, I'll tell you what inspired me. Type 2 diabetes inspired me. Childhood obesity inspired me. Cancer inspired me. High blood pressure inspired me. Hypertension, that was inspiration for me. Childhood cardiac arrest inspired me. Heart disease inspired me. Alcoholism, drugs, violence, double wide wheelchairs. Have you guys seen these damn new double wide wheelchairs? That shit inspired me. Depression, asthma, unhealthy food options, and a lack of beautiful green spaces. That was my inspiration. The lack of opportunities inspired me. I was inspired to keep kids out of the just us system. So you see, I had a lot of shit that inspired me. You know, I just wanted a better. I wanted it better for my neighborhoods and for my kids and for my community. I wanted it better for me. Gardening is the gateway. So I planted this food forest, and everything you see came out of my garden. And this is people that literally partake in what's happening, what grows in my garden. And people are like, well, how much food can you really grow on a piece of land that big? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not no damn statistician, nor do I give a shit. I don't grow food. I grow people. Food is a byproduct of growing people. A lot of people don't get that, because to me, all the lessons are in the garden. All the lessons, you know. To me, that's the school should be in the garden, not the garden in the school. And that's the way we got these kids crammed up in these schools all day. Yes, Mrs. Patterson, when they should be outside. You know, we're not teaching them the way that I think, and being one of those kids, we're not teaching them the way they should be taught to me. Okay? We're teaching them what to think, not how to think, how to come up with equations. We're telling them we're teaching them antiquated stuff that they'll never use ever. And you're preparing them for, the work they're going to be doing, Now my house is basically, I have a paradise in front of my house. Literally, I mean, it attracts all kinds of species of people. Birds and insects. Birds and people I've never seen before in my neighborhood, like white folks. Like these beautiful butterflies, and even though you guys are taking over the neighborhood now, what do they call it, gentrification? Yeah, whatever. I mean, there's the bees, just bees everywhere, all kinds of bees, and everywhere, and worms. Man, the worms is just in the soil because I make my compost. Compost literally. Compost changed my life. It's my disco song, It changed my life in the sense that it let you know that nothing dies, ever. It's just an energy transfer. And it's so simple, but yet so complex at the same time. I mean, it just happens, and people, I mean, we should all do it, but I mean, it gave me another appreciation for leaves. I mean, so now when I see leaves on the ground, my nipples get hard, It's like, is it just me? It's only me. Your nipples don't get hard when you see leaves? Whatever.
That's pretty much you.
But it's this is a girlfriend of mine. That's her daughter, and she's a master gardener. No, I mean, compost, it just, when you see that you put this carbon and this nitrogen, this so-called dead, dry thing and this green thing together, how do you get 150, 160 degrees if it was dead? Where'd that energy come from? That whole ashes to ashes, that's real. We decompose just like a leaf does. We turn into compost. And I like to say, it's like Mother Nature, she don't waste nothing. Nothing. We do. All the waste and all the disasters are because of us. And we need to get together and stop that. I'm gonna assume that the church learned this a long time ago. I'm just gonna assume this though. That free is not sustainable. Like, what'd you say, Judy? You can't mention the name. Free is not sustainable. I mean, you need funds to make some stuff happen. And that's something that I think we got to get back to. I mean, you can't operate these facilities. You can't do what you're supposed to do if you don't have the revenues to make that happen. And it shouldn't be nothing wrong with that. I mean, you're providing a service. It shouldn't be looked down on. I mean, you're changing people's lives. These buildings that you have, they're public spaces that should be used for the public, And now you have these properties that we could. I mean, you guys got acreage. Yeah, that could be turned around and not just change people's. You can change whole communities with that, because you can use these to teach. You can use them to show people marketing, businesses. Again, it's not the food is a byproduct. It's what you're giving and how you're changing people's spirit and people's souls that's the business you guys signed up for. And you need to get on it. I mean, actually, you guys need to step your game up. Because I got word from a little birdie once, Alice Waters, who was at the Vatican, and she was with the CIA. She called literally and say, "I'm with the Pope, and they're putting in vegetable gardens in the Vatican. So they up on you. You guys need to raise your. You guys slipping, okay? You need to raise your game. Stop playing." Gardening is the gateway. Churches need funds to keep their doors open, isn't there? There's nothing wrong with that. And you have the properties to do this. See, but you have the properties to get the money, but you also, at the same time, you have the properties to change your communities that these churches are in by growing food, by growing even cut flowers, or by getting some of this property, putting up greenhouses, and teaching people how to be proud of themselves. Teaching kids how to be self-sustaining. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever, when children grow food, if you see their faces, like when you see this after pulling this out of the ground, if you see a face of a child and how that affects them. And I like to say, kids that grow carrots eat carrots. Kids that grow kale eat kale. Kids that grow tomatoes, they eat tomatoes. Period. It happens because now they're involved in the process of the propagation of this food. Whereas instead of at the drive-through window, can I have a number 2 with a Diet Coke? This little girl, oh my God, Olivia, she lives down the street from me, and she's one of those ones that 1,000,003 questions. Where'd you get this? Where'd it come from? Where's your wife? Where's your kids? How many? What'd you do this? How did you do this? Can I have all of these ladybugs run? I'm like, no. And that little voice don't work. And it's like, where you learn this at that age? I mean, come on, But like I tell people, this little girl's she's gonna run a small country, And so she's a beast. I mean, really. But you guys, we have to reimagine these spaces. We have to reimagine these temples of learning and commerce. That's what these spaces, that's what these churches can become, where people can learn to grow food and the business of food and how to grow themselves with that. These spaces can feed people and supply restaurants. These empty spaces can give opportunity. I like to say, forget about hope. I want opportunity. Give them hope. The hell, what really can you do with hope? But hope. The hell with hope. I don't need no hope. Give me an opportunity and I'm going to make something happen. Trust that. And I think that's what's missing to me in the communities that I've seen. Hope is, that's lack of opportunity is a disease because it's on purpose. These communities are designed on purpose that you can't get any healthy food. It's like that because you go to another community and there's food and parties and everything everywhere. The champagne is flowing, but you go to other community and there's nothing. That's miles and miles and miles. Oh yeah, you can get some liquor. You can definitely buy some cigarettes. But try to get an organic apple. It's not happening. But we do have dialysis centers. I got to give it to them. Thank you for the dialysis centers, guy. Even though if I change my diet for 7 days, I might not need your damn dialysis center. But why don't you just tell me that? Why do you want me on these drugs for the rest of your life? It's by design. And I've seen it all across the United States. And the thing now, even in places where it didn't exist. You go to I'm in Oman, I'm in Qatar, and all these GMO crops everywhere, and these obesity rates that never existed in these places. A lot of these places, they're not eating the food that they used to eat for their region. So now it's, hey, can I have a number 2 and a fry and it's everywhere. So we've exported chronic disease literally all over the world. And to see it is, you hear about it, but then to go there and see it, you go there and you're in the Middle East, and you go to McDonald's at 12 midnight, and it's like it's a family gathering, like that's where they have a party or something. And so it's pretty insidious that this is happening. Um, we we need to change these spaces. We need to transform these spaces to serve the public for a new time, for a new way, for new citizens. Gardening changed my perspective. And now you have to fight for the right to grow food. This is these are little gangsters in South Central, where we did we did a whole 2 blocks of parkways. These are parkways, in case nobody knows. The strip, the strip right before you get to the street. And this was done with a wellness center, St. John's Wellness Center. And my whole thing with a garden, I was telling a couple of people earlier, I'm not putting in your damn garden. I'll show you and I help, but somebody needs to take ownership, and it ain't gonna be me. And I think we've created a society where everybody wants everything done for them. They just want to sit back and look, and everything's easy, and not participate. Because why? It's when it can be done for you, when I can get a check for free, when I can do this. This was one of the biggest plantings in LA, where we did a whole 2 blocks, both sides. We had a couple of holdouts, but before the day was over, everybody signed on, and we made them sign paperwork that is like, no, you're taking ownership of this garden. It's yours. So it was, I don't know, it probably was a couple hundred people came out. And then what happened to this other block? Say, we want that. We want to have that. Everybody we put above ground boxes on everybody's parkway. And this could happen everywhere. It's like, why? I mean, why have this grass that you can do absolutely nothing with? That's every one of these pictures are off of my street, literally. And what's funny is there's nothing across the street. There's no life. Down the street, there's no life. Next door, there's no life. But you walk on my parkway, and this is don't look at this. You guys are, you don't there. That's little. That was, the sea bugs have a threesome in broad daylight. It wasn't that sexy. It was like, get a room, dude, really. But I guess God's plan, right? But I see this. I walk outside and I see hummingbirds. I see butterflies. I see these beautiful dahlias. I see flowers. I smell different smells. And that's what I wanted people to be assaulted with smell. I wanted people, when they passed, I wanted to be slapped upside the head with smell, with beautiful smells and looks. So when I plant a garden, it's not me. It's not your typical. We do nothing in nature is straight. We do that whole, production garden, which is cool because you get more food and you utilize them. But I like to plant like nature's plants, so you don't really know where the stuff is going to go. And I want different heights. This is my art. It's all art. What you do, making compost, that's art. It's all art, and we've lost that. So when I plant, I want different heights. I want different smells. I want different textures. I want different colors. I just don't want green. Usually vegetable gardens to me are they're not that sexy because it's just one color, the same level. I want to look. I want my eyes. I want it to be a mosaic. I want it to be like a quilt. I want beauty, and that's what I plant for. So my garden has people now. They just come and just to partake in it. Just to walk, people stand and come out of their way. Oh, I saw this on the internet, and they take pictures like it's a tourist attraction. I'm trying to figure out how to charge some money because Free is not sustainable. So this is growing out of the wall. This beautiful arugula, and right here, that's a sunflower. I didn't plant any of that. Nature happens. Every day, and twice on Sunday. This is a friend of mine, Retina, that's his art. So all across America, families are trying to make ends meet. It's almost like some guy with a 56-inch waist trying to get his 32-inch, when he was 32 in the 70s, trying to get his belt to reach, That shit never gonna happen, And that's how these families are trying to make their ends meet. It's never gonna happen. Because you guys know the zombie apocalypse is coming, right? Why are you laughing? We're going to need survival skills, okay? Because zombies don't care who your bishop is. They don't give a shit. They don't care. They don't care if you're they don't care that you know Donald Trump. Zombies will eat your brains. I'm telling you, they don't care. They don't. And you guys, my God is named this, and my God is named this, and my God. They don't care about that, So you're gonna need survival skills when it's happening, and gardening is the gateway. See, I had a bird. Yeah, this is typical. I had a barren, unused piece of land in front of my house, and no healthy food options to be found in my neighborhood for miles. Why wouldn't I use it to grow food? I was fighting for my freedom. I was fighting for my creativity. I was fighting to beautify. I was fighting to eat and sustain myself. I was fighting for the right to create an ecosystem, which I did, and with that, we got the law changed, Thanks. To me, it's big, but to me, it's also, it's like a toe in the door. Because, like I said in my TED, the city, LA has 26 square miles of vacant lots, and some of the biggest in the United States. You guys got to give up some of that land for us to plant gardens, green spaces. And they already know that when green spaces happen, crime goes down. So they know this already. So that's why I think, is this by design? Because there's no crime. What are we gonna do? We can't buy all this extra equipment that we need to test and never do nothing with. I think that's why a lot of the police forces, when something, there's a drunk on the street, get the battering ram. I think they need to, they need to test all this equipment that they've been sitting up. I need a reason to see if this works. Let me see if this taser works. To me, it's by design, and to get out of a lot of this, gardening is the gateway. We got antiquated laws for antiquated times. We need, I think you change your mind, you change your life. This is what I see every morning, on my parkway. With this, that's how it started. With this, I have inspired others to take this on in their own way, to be artists, to clean up their street. And I'm honored that this is taxing. It's like my shoulders. Oh, not just the weight of doing this, but to have kids in India calling themselves Gangsta Gardeners. Who could? That's like, wow, really? Pictures of them growing plants and stuff that their father is sending me. These kids teens in Baltimore, they says, Ron, we want to take what you do. We want to, take it forward. But we don't have the green spaces that you guys have in LA. So we're thinking about doing rooftop gardens. Can you give us some advice? And so stuff like this is happening. And how can you not feel good about that? And the thing with this, I didn't plan to be here talking to you guys. None of this, I'm a fashion designer. I'm not no damn gardener. Yeah. Who would have thought this would have happened? But it has. And if I do something like with my garden, how it started, you plant a seed and you don't know where it's going to go. These little teeny seeds that I planted, boom, they're spread all over the world, literally now. I was at TED in March, and some of the people from TED, they look at this. You see this picture? This is in Lithuania. This is because of you. You see this? This is in Sao Paulo. This is because of you. You inspire. And it's like, whoa. It's like, damn. I was planning to stop next week, Shit. And it's almost like now I can't stop. It's like, man. It's almost like I wanted to retire already. So by putting in this garden, I've changed people's perspective on what's possible. On what an urban street can look like. And so people come and, they take the food, but a lot of times they don't even know what the food is. But sometimes they do, and they take it before it's ready, but they cut my flowers. And I got to tell you guys, that really pisses me off, It does. You got this, and they pick the most beautiful one. Ooh, clip. Ooh. And because those are pollinators. I put them up there for a reason. I put them up there for people, to engage people. Because the look on a person's face when they see sunflowers, oh my God, it's insane how it changes people's state of mind. And I plant, if it can hold soil, I'm putting a plant in it, So mop bucket, that's a door from a refrigerator where we have tomatoes growing in it, amaret and some kind of broccoli, this is my word. That's a refrigerator door. So and it's basically just to me a study is to show people how to there's no limits. Just use your creativity, because this to me it's art. This is basically using nature as art. This is your paint. This becomes your paint. Why did I put a garden on the street? Why not? It's changed my life in ways that I could have never, ever, and no statistician from Harvard or nowhere else could have even guessed. Because right now, I don't know, it's on some quantum shit. It's like, it's the level that where it's at is crazy. I wanted beauty around me, period. I used to go to these neighborhoods and find, that's recycling, showing how to recycle stuff. I used to go to neighborhoods, and I would see these artfully designed, beautifully manicured, lush vegetation and beautiful flowers in people's homes. And I would come home to my block and see damn, somebody just left another toilet on my street, on the sidewalk. Disgusting mattresses, brown grass. Again, I want it better. This is like this, just going to show how you can use Earth's systems. Like this is I was gonna throw these branches away. I took them off of a tree that was in my yard, and then some said, "Make a basket." I'm like, I don't know nothing about making no damn basket. Make a basket. I'm like, yeah, okay, dude, I'll make a damn basket. And so I made this basket, And I left the leaves on it for a reason, because I thought I would be able to shoot. I wanted to do a time lapse of the leaves changing colors and falling off and turning into mulch. So I use it for compost. It's like my compost being right on the street, so I don't have to cover it. So another thing. So my thing when I did this, I'm like, wow, just imagine how you can engage kids with teamwork with this. So they're learning art, they're involved in nature, and they're learning a trade. They're learning how to weave. They're learning how to make stuff, which they don't do. Everything is on the computer now. These are kids that don't realize that sunflower seeds come from sunflowers. It's novel, crazy. These are onion seeds. These are heroin poppy seeds. But I didn't plant them. They're a beautiful flower. This is one of my guys. We had made compost, and now he was involved in storing it, the compost. This other old dead white guy said, "Garden now, garden tomorrow, and gardening forever." George Wallace, ain't that what he said? No. Didn't he say that? No, really. He said that. Why are you laughing? You don't need meds. You need a garden. Let creativity be your drug of choice. Albert Einstein said, creativity is intelligence having fun. Get your ass outside and have some fun. Gardening is the gateway. This was another novel idea of mine. Shopping carts. Why not have food growing in shopping carts instead of buying it? Because in my neighborhood, they're everywhere. You just find shopping carts, they just leave them tipped over, So I'm like, I'll put a plant in those and grow food. So again, if it holds some soil, I'm planting something in it. What? Why y'all laughing? I don't even need to say nothing about that slide. People. This is some friends of mine did this, and it's over 100 feet, 3 stories, and what it says. Does anybody know? Can you tell what this says? Yes, it's the scales of justice. It says justice, and so I have people that say, "Well, I work in food justice." I'm like, "No, you don't." "Yeah, I do. I said, "No, there's no such thing as food justice. You work in food injustice." Okay, and so until you fix that shit, you can't say you work in food justice until you make it that. It's not just. The food system is not just. And right now, it don't even have no color lines. They don't care anymore. It's like they just going for it all over the world. They're polluting and poisoning our food systems. It's terrible because all these natural disasters, they're all man-made. And you take care of your mother, and she take care of you. And right now, she could really use some tender love and care. Actually, Mother Nature needs some triage, because Mother Earth is under siege by all the oil spills, Fukushimas, plastic, and all these environmental pollutants that we as humans are putting in the system. It's all man-made. Mother Nature's having a real hard time. But we must remember one thing. We must remember, if you study any history, Mother Nature always wins. Always. If you don't believe me, Ask those clowns on Pompeii, or if you find a dinosaur, why don't you ask a dinosaur? If Mother Nature don't win. It's us that we need to worry about. You heal the planet, you heal yourself. You feed the planet, you feed yourself. You see, we're part of an ecosystem. We're no better than this plant. Mother Nature is going to be fine. Trust me. It's us. It's us. 100 years, Julie, really? You think we got that long? We can't. You almost can't eat nothing that comes out of the ocean. You definitely can't eat nothing that comes out of the ground unless you planted it yourself. She'll be able to adapt to damn near anything. We won't. I mean, I can show of hands. Who in here knows somebody with cancer? That's ridiculous. Yeah. You don't think that's environmental? Come on, that wasn't. And are they trying to cure cancer? Isn't there billions upon trillions of dollars in not curing cancer? And every day you find you have a rare form of cancer. I have a 32-year-old girlfriend who has cancer. I have a next-door neighbor that's about to go in breast cancer in like a week. Healthy, wasn't no smoker, wasn't anything, wasn't, no drugs, none of that. Is the fact that everybody in this room can almost touch somebody with cancer. It's environmental, and we got to stop that. Like I said, the earth turns to gold in the hands of the wise. Let's be the wise. Let's go out and plant some shit. Thank you.